I come at you, you better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. I'm telling you.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So I gave Teofimo Lopez the best advice you can give anyone. Stay away from a microphone and a camera. Stay far, far away from a microphone and a camera. But he didn't listen to me. He did not listen to me. And the funny thing is, you would think after what happened to Gary Russell, people would learn their lesson. But that seems to not be the case. Now, it's one thing for Teofimo to say something Monday and then say something completely different on Tuesday and then Wednesday and so on and so forth. But it's far worse when your own promoter is basically calling you a liar. Your own promoter is claiming that you're capping. And that's exactly what Bob Arum just did in a recent interview that he did with Barbershop Conversations. I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip of what Bob Arum said, but before I do, I wanna set this up for you. Now remember, I just reported yesterday in a very optimistic fashion that Teofimo Lopez announced he was sending out contracts to both George Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez. And he said whoever signs the contract first, that's who I'm going to be fighting next. This is what Teofimo said. Now, I could elaborate, but let's just go ahead and go into this clip. Once again, this is an interview that Bob did with Barbershop Conversations. You guys can check out the whole interview that Barbershop did on this channel. It's a 3-hour interview. Now, check this clip out.
And what's your plan for Teofimo if moving forward? Now,
Teofimo has a mandatory fight against this Australian kid Kambosos. And the people in Australia are sending us a proposal at the end of the week to do that fight in Australia, probably in May.
Okay, May.
May. So if that's the case, that's what we'll do. Now, if the pandemic, because there's a big problem in Australia, because they have hardly any virus, but they keep it that way. They won't let anybody into the country. True. You can't get in. So hopefully when we're vaccinated and things have settled down, we'll be able to do a fight in May, because everybody tells us that we'll put 50,000 people in an outdoor stadium in Melbourne, and that would really be great.
Now, guys, before Bob Arum continues and starts to talk about Haney versus Lopez, did you guys notice Bob Arum said that George Kambosos' team, they're going to send Lopez a proposal. But Lopez just said the other day that we're sending out proposals to Haney and Kambosos. And whoever sends it back first, that's who I will be fighting. So it turns out that it's actually Kambosos that's sending out the proposal or the term sheet. Boy, doesn't this sound so familiar? Anyway, let's get back into the clip.
Now, there was stuff going online that Teofimo said that he sent the contract out. Did Teofimo with you send a contract to Devin Haney?
No,
Okay.
Don't be silly. I wouldn't. First of all, if anybody wanted to make that match, it would be Eddie Hearn, who is the promoter of Haney, talking to me on behalf of Top Rank, the promoter of Teofimo Lopez. Fighters don't send out contracts. That's ridiculous.
So, guys, for everyone trying to defend Teofimo's situation, are you going to now say that Teo's own promoter is hating on Teofimo? Because we all know that if a black person just said exactly what Bob Arum said about Teofimo Lopez, basically saying that the things that Lopez is saying is ridiculous. Not only would they be calling him a hater, but they would be calling him much worse stuff than that. So we really know what time it is, don't we? Listen, guys, there's no doubt that this is Gary Russell all over again. For everyone who said that this was the Gary Russell situation, you were dead right. But this situation is worse for Teofimo Lopez. Because when it came to Gary Russell, it was basically him speaking for himself. He didn't really have a promoter that was contradicting the things that he was saying. Lopez does. Lopez's own promoter is contradicting everything that Lopez said. And this proved that Eddie Hearn was spot on when I did that video the other day and I quoted what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn said, right now Lopez is Bob Arum's nightmare. And this behavior is exactly what he's referring to. Teofimo constantly showering the public with misinformation. I mean, he tells the public constantly that he's the undisputed champion at 135 when he has 3 out of the 4 belts, knowing that Devin Haney has the WBC belt. I mean, that's like somebody at your job telling everybody at work he's the employer of the month, but every day you go to work and you see a plaque on the wall with someone else's name as the employer of the month. I mean, I just don't understand who does that. So he misleads the public by saying that. Then he says that he's going to send out 2 contracts, send one out to Kambosos and then send one out to Devin Haney. His own promoter comes out and says that's not true. Then he starts to tell people that nobody wanted to fight Lomachenko. He was the only one that wanted to fight him. When he knows that Devin Haney was calling out Lomachenko, and Lomachenko ended up vacating his belt to avoid Devin Haney. That's how Devin Haney became the WBC champion. Because the belt was surrendered by Lomachenko. Do you guys know when Hitler was in power and he was trying to conquer all of Europe? Do you guys know there were some countries that Hitler took without his military having to fire one single shot? You know why? Because they handed the country over to Hitler. They felt they had no chance of winning, so they handed the country over. And this is exactly what Lomachenko did to Devin Haney. He handed the belt over. He also told the public that they wouldn't fight Loma because they wanted more money. That's also untrue because Devin never even talked about money when it came to the Lomachenko fight. So once again, man, the walls are closing in when it comes to Teofimo. And I know at this point, no one believes that Lopez will ever fight Devin Haney. But I'm telling you guys, man, pressure busts pipes. There's still a good chance we'll get the fight, guys. There's still a good chance. I mean, once again, he may end up fighting George Kambosos first, but there's still a good chance he may have no choice but to fight Devin Haney. Once again, especially if Gervonta Tank Davis gets the Ryan Garcia fight, it's going to be very, very difficult for Lopez to justify him not fighting Devin Haney. We'll see how it plays out, guys. I've been talking to Bill, and there's some more things that's brewing right now, so I'll talk about that in a couple more days or sooner. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, in the world that we live in today, one of the most important things in life to have is a good lawyer. And I can vouch for this one right here because this brother is my personal lawyer. So if you need any type of legal representation, if you need legal advice, if you're having problems on YouTube, on your regular job, or whatever it is, contact lawyer, mediator, and business consultant Issa Israel's law firm. I've been knowing this man for a while, and he has been a true blessing to me. I'm telling you, he's affordable, he will work with you, but most importantly, he's not going to just treat you like a customer. He will have your best interest. So to get in contact with him, go to iilawfirm.com or consultsglobal.com. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. Make sure you go ahead and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.